So I should have known when I made an if-then agreement with my table over here that I would for sure be standing up here, because this always happens to me. But Kate got my immediately after the intermission spot, so thank you for taking that and leaving me a little bit off the hook. So I would start by saying that I move through life with a lot of like sheer force of will. So I say it's going to happen, and therefore it does. I applied to one college and got in. We got pregnant on the first try. We're going to get to the story in a minute. But so my husband and I moved to York in 2014, January of 2014. We just finished a 4-month honeymoon in Southeast Asia. We'd been working these crazy jobs, and we just dropped everything and left. And my husband had been contracted with Voith Hydro. So the day after we landed, they called and they said, hey, could you move to York and take a position here? And I was like, okay, like we thought we were going to be on the road and like living the road life, but sure, York, like let's come check it out. So we came and we stayed at the Yorktown, which is not at the moment, like a lot of not at the moment. So we stayed at the Yorktown, and I'm a chef, so we looked for the best restaurant in town, which was Left Bank, I guess, at the time. That's where we ended up, and it was lovely. And we took like an evening stroll along Market Street and then down Philadelphia, some cross street at some point, and we were like, let's check things out. We went to Market. It was like half full or half empty. And things were, I was like, okay, there's like a little bit going on, like right in the downtown. It has promise. We contacted, we looked at a couple listings. So we ended up with an agent just based on what their offerings were. And nothing that they showed us was really particularly appealing, kind of run down and not really our speed. So they were like, well, we do have this one apartment coming available in our building where we have an office. So they took us up, and they thought there was no way we were going to say yes, because the kitchen went from here, like here, and I could turn in both directions, but I'm a chef, and they were like, you're not going to want this. And I was like, you know what? I like it. It was a little galley kitchen, but it had tall ceilings and big windows and molding, and it was all interesting. So we moved in. We didn't know anybody in York. I wasn't working. I had come off of, being a chef and working crazy hours, and we knew we wanted to start a family, so it wasn't really in the cards for me to jump back into the restaurant business. So my husband's working, and I'm like doing the York White Try and getting involved in local stuff and just kind of checking things out. We get pregnant with our daughter. She's born in 2015, and soon thereafter, we're feeling like, this is like a little small. Like, it's 2 bedrooms, and it's a nice apartment, and we like it, but it's feeling just like a little small. So we kind of start looking around, and there's this place next door that's just massive and like lots of renovations that were not permitted, for sure. Like there was asphalt on one floor. Like clearly they had closed in part of the roof, and that wasn't going to work for us. So apparently a neighbor fell down the stairs. And so this property becomes available. We just assumed that it would be a little, it's unassuming from the outside. But we went to see it, and it has this great big backyard, and we ended up moving into this 1,400 square foot, nothing special space that needed a lot of love. And so we've been there since July of 2015, and we built a fence, and we put in air conditioning, and we renovated the kitchen, because I'm a chef, so the thing was scary, positively scary before, but we've renovated the bathrooms. We added a half bath, refinished the floors. We've also since gotten a 60-pound dog, a really, really fat cat that doesn't quite fit through that cat door that goes down to the basement. And things are feeling a little tight. So we were at our neighborhood association Christmas party not too long ago, and we said to everybody, like, we're just kind of looking for a new space. We're looking for something a little bit bigger. We love our neighborhood. We've moved, the kicker is we moved 2 doors over from our first place. So, we want to stay in the neighborhood. We want to keep things here. You guys let us know if you hear anything. So last Tuesday, I got a message from a neighbor that there's a place that's become available just down the block and a half away, near Martin Library. So we call the owner immediately, and we get in last Thursday to see the place, and we like it. So we go on Saturday to see the place with my daughter, and she really likes it. And mostly she really likes their stuff because it's very sparkly. And she's not quite 5, so that is very exciting. So we say, we're interested. We want to put an offer in. It's not actually listed, so we're not quite able to do that. It comes on the market yesterday. And we contacted an agent Saturday, and we're going through the process. And so he sends me a message yesterday and said, it's gone on the market, and we have an offer already. So this viewing that we'd scheduled for today at 4 o'clock needs to get moved up. So we put in our offer, and about 35 minutes ago, it got accepted. So best day ever. We're getting a new house. It's our second home, but I dared my table that if it came through while we were here, I would say this was the best day ever story. So here we are.